Hey guys, welcome back to this week's video. Today I'm going to be sharing with you 3 tips on how you can improve your drone footage. Today I'm going to be using the Mavic Air 2, but these tips will work for all drones. Tip number 1 is going to be to use an ND filter. If you're unsure about what ND means, ND stands for neutral density. The easiest way to describe what an ND filter is that it's pretty much like a pair of sunglasses for your drone or camera. For this example, I'm using the Mavic Air 2, so I have 3 ND filters that fit the Mavic. I have an ND 16, 32 and 256. In order to capture cinematic footage, we always need the shutter speed to be double the frame rate. So if we're shooting at a frame rate of 24 frames per second, which is the most commonly used and it makes the footage look cinematic, then we will use a shutter speed of 1/50. In most cases with a drone, we're usually always shooting in harsh daylight or golden hour, so we usually always need to use an ND filter. Right now you can see a shot in harsh daylight, and to expose this properly without an ND filter, I had to crank the shutter speed up to 1/1000. This makes the footage appear jittery and it doesn't look cinematic. In this next shot, to expose properly, instead of over cranking the shutter speed, I used the 64 stop ND filter. This made the footage dark enough that I could still keep my frame rate at 1/50 in order to achieve nice motion blur, which makes our footage appear more cinematic. Always double your shutter speed for the most natural and cinematic looking shots. Tip number 2 is to shoot in DLOG, or on the Mavic series of drones it's called D-Cinelike. This is the flattest color profile. It will capture way more details in the highlights and shadows. This will then allow you to get the most from your camera's dynamic range. This will also give you way more room in editing to color grade and really achieve the look you want. And lastly, tip number 3 is to always use slow movements. Panning and tilting while flying forwards or backwards can make your footage look way more dynamic and professional. Just panning from left to right with no movement really isn't that exciting, and it is usually very boring to look at. You want all your footage to look as smooth and realistic as possible, and adding slow pans or tilts can drastically make your footage look a lot more professional. If you did make it this far in this video, I really hope you learned something, and if you did enjoy it, please leave a like and comment, and if you would like to see more videos like this, please subscribe. Have a good week, and I'll see everyone next week.